If you're tired of the same predictable horror movies and want something darker, more disturbing, and way more savage, you're in for a nightmare. Let's dive into 10 brutal hidden horror gems you've probably never seen but won't forget anytime soon. Number 10. Books of Blood.
Just to make sure there's no pain.
Ellie has the kindness of ways you won't.
In Books of Blood, reality unravels in 3 interwoven tales of terror where grief, guilt, and greed summon horrors beyond comprehension. Directed by Brannon Braga and based on Clive Barker's Twisted Universe, the film opens with a skeptical researcher investigating a psychic fraud, only to uncover a gateway to the dead that writes its truth in flesh. Meanwhile, a grieving mother searches for her lost son, leading her to a sanctuary where peace has a grotesque price. And in the shadows, a fugitive's escape takes her into a suburban house where silence hides something monstrous. What makes the film uniquely terrifying is its blend of cerebral horror with sudden, visceral dread, a literary nightmare inked in blood. Number 9. The Wretched.
Hey, sweetie. My son, he likes to play hide and seek. He's a handful. Is he here?
A rebellious teen is sent to live with his father for the summer only to uncover a horrifying secret lurking next door. In The Wretched, a centuries-old witch has taken root in the skin of a suburban mother, feeding on the forgotten and erasing her victims from memory. As those around him begin to vanish without a trace, the boy realizes he's the only one who remembers they ever existed. It's a nerve-twisting blend of rear window paranoia and folk horror, where every glance through a window feels like peering into the abyss. What makes it truly unsettling is its eerie manipulation of memory, the way terror seeps not just into your home, but into your very mind. Number 8. Word. When a brutal family slaughter near the French countryside points to a towering feral man as the culprit, defense attorney Kate Moore thinks she's found an easy case of wrongful accusation. But as she digs deeper, she uncovers a horrifying truth. The accused may not be a man at all. Directed by William Brent, Weir shreds the werewolf mythos into raw, unsettling realism, told through a legal lens that twists into savagery. It's not full moons and silver bullets here, but medical anomalies and primal bloodlust that spiral into absolute chaos. The transformation sequences are savage and unnerving, grounded in body horror more than fantasy. What makes it terrifying is the slow collapse of logic as something ancient and violent tears its way into the clinical world of reason. Number 7. Deadstream.
Guilty!
A disgraced live streamer desperate to claw back fame locks himself overnight in a haunted house, promising his viewers real-time terror. But as the sun sets and the comments roll in, something watching from the shadows starts to take the show into its own claws. Directed by Vanessa and Joseph Winter, Deadstream is a razor-sharp blend of found footage chaos and demonic horror. A scream-filled spiral of jump scares, rotting ghosts, and hysterical dread. What sets it apart is its wicked fusion of digital culture and ancient evil, turning every camera angle into a trap and every viewer into a witness. The longer the stream runs, the more unhinged and grotesquely funny it becomes. Number 6. It Comes at Night. In a desolate world plagued by an unseen contagion, a family survives in isolation until another desperate couple arrives seeking shelter. What begins as uneasy cooperation soon festers into mistrust and dread as something or someone begins testing the boundaries of safety. Directed by Trey Edward Schultz, It Comes at Night is a masterclass in psychological horror, where fear doesn't howl at the door but whispers from within. The film is shrouded in darkness, lit by flickering lanterns and silent stares where dreams bleed into waking terror. Its true horror lies in what's never shown, the slow unraveling of humanity under pressure. Number 5. Chime. When an emotionally distant culinary teacher begins hearing a strange chime that no one else seems to notice, his reality starts to splinter. The film is a minimalist 45-minute descent into psychological horror, where everyday sounds become harbingers of doom. As Matsuoka spirals, haunted by the eerie toll of doorbells and train horns, the line between delusion and memory erodes. hinting at a forgotten tragedy he's desperately trying not to face. The film abandons jump scares for suffocating tension, where silence is pierced by subtle noises that strike with surgical dread. What makes it uniquely terrifying is the way Kurosawa transforms the mundane into something nightmarishly abstract. Number 4, Bramayugam.
ये गोटे हैं और ये दो पासे.
In 17th century Kerala, a wandering folk singer named Thavan stumbles upon a decaying mansion deep within the forest and into the clutches of the enigmatic Kodaman Poti. Bramayugam is a hypnotic plunge into caste, control, and folklore, shot entirely in haunting black and white. As Thavan slowly realizes that Poti is no ordinary man, the house itself becomes a living prison, steeped in ancient rituals and the lingering echo of untold horrors. Mammootty's chilling performance as the master of the house radiates quiet menace, while the oppressive atmosphere bleeds dread through every flicker of candlelight and whispered chant. What makes it terrifying is its mythic weight. Evil here isn't loud but eternal, waiting to ensnare the next soul who dares enter. Number 3, The Battery. In the aftermath of a zombie apocalypse, 2 former baseball teammates wander the desolate back roads of New England, scavenging for survival and clinging to scraps of humanity. Directed by Jeremy Gardner, The Battery strips the undead genre down to its bones, focusing not on carnage but on the psychological decay of isolation. As tensions rise between the pragmatic Ben and the idealistic Mickey, the slow burn of their emotional unraveling becomes more terrifying than the threat outside. The undead lurk in the periphery, but the real horror lives in silence, boredom, and the gnawing dread of being forgotten. Number 2, Milk and Cereal.
Call the fucking cops.
What begins as a chaotic prank for internet fame quickly devolves into a night of unfiltered terror. In Milk and Cereal, directed by Curry Barker, 2 YouTube pranksters break into a friend's house for a surprise birthday gag, cameras rolling, cereal boxes flying, and laughter echoing. But as the night drags on, the house begins to feel too still, too cold, and something begins watching them from the shadows. Made on a shoestring budget with relentless energy, this 62-minute found footage nightmare thrives on claustrophobia, discomfort, and the slow dissolve of bravado into panic. What makes it uniquely terrifying is its grounded chaos, shot with amateur realism that makes every creak and scream feel painfully real. Number 1, I See You.
Connor, open this door!
In a quiet town rocked by child abductions, Detective Greg Harper struggles to keep his crumbling family together while investigating a chilling new case. But inside their idyllic home, unseen forces begin to toy with his sanity. Flickering lights, misplaced objects, and the creeping sense of being watched. Directed by Adam Randall, I See You is a masterclass in narrative deception, twisting psychological horror into something far more sinister. As secrets unravel and perspectives shift, the film transforms from domestic unease into a haunting, almost voyeuristic descent into darkness. What makes it terrifying isn't just the jump scares, it's the realization that the real monsters might be closer than you think. Here are 4 other movies you have to see. Alive. A video game streamer wakes up to find his entire apartment complex overrun by the infected, with no internet, no escape, and nowhere to go but inward. As isolation tightens, he must fight madness and starvation until he discovers another survivor across the courtyard. The Sacrament.
No! What is it?
Take the camera.
2 journalists follow their friend into a remote religious commune to film a documentary, only to uncover a paradise built on lies, fear, and absolute control. Inspired by the Jonestown tragedy, it's a slow spiral into real-world horror that ends in devastating silence, digging up the marrow. Filmmaker Adam Green plays himself in this mockumentary-style horror, investigating a man who claims to know where real monsters live. What begins as eccentric myth-hunting soon unearths something lurking in the dark that should have stayed buried. The Devil's Doorway. Two priests are sent to investigate a reported miracle at a Magdalene laundry in 1960s Ireland. But instead of holiness, they find cruelty, suffering, and something demonic clawing its way through the stone walls.